Is the Cowboys' offensive line better with Terrence Steele starting at tackle and Smith starting at guard versus La'el Collins starting at tackle and Connor Williams starting at guard? Did we get better on the offensive line?
Are you going to hate me if I say I think it might be a push?
Okay.
Like, do you think that's a soft answer?
But it's your answer. I can't get inside your brain.
That's fair.
But
not John Malkovich.
Do you
God, that's such a good movie.
feel like there's a better
John Malkovich didn't get inside. Never mind. Go ahead, Corey. I'm sorry.
Do you feel like there's a better future for this line than that one? Because
100%.
I think, Mike, what we saw, like La'el Collins, I'm sorry, man, I just can't trust him at this point now.
Me neither.
And that's a big issue. Like we talked about having a coworker who doesn't show up to work at the end of the day. You just got to be like, hey, if he's not going to be here, we can't have him around because it's going to screw everybody else over. And if La'el Collins wasn't going to show up, then you have a problem there. So wherever Steele is, can he grow into La'el Collins? Probably not physically, and as good of a tackle as he is. But if he's there every week, if he's a Doug Free, you're happy, okay? So, and then with Tyler Smith, I think you got the most you could get out of Connor. We may find out we were wrong about that. Maybe there's a better coach out there that knows exactly how to fix him. Mike, you're a great hitting coach. You know exactly what you're talking about. Maybe somebody can fix Connor Williams' holding situation. Now we at least go, okay, we have a younger guy who we also think is going to be the future tackle. I think they really do believe that. Steven even told us that when he said, this is a guy that, let's face it, Tyron's not always there.
So I'm not going to disagree with you guys. So we're saying that we didn't get better, but we didn't get worse on the offensive line.
I think that's where it's at.
Are you better or worse with Sam Williams being on your defensive end than Randy Gregory?
I think for now you're worse.
I agree. But I think if he plays,
I'm asking all the football questions.
I love this segment.
Ask another one.
If he plays in 3 years, if he plays every game but 4, I might look back and go, you're better.
Okay.
Because like Randy Gregory, when he's on the field, one of the more dynamic players out there, like the speed and explosion you're getting, and maybe Sam Williams can grow into that, maybe not. But if he's, again, this goes back to the reliability and being there and what's our game plan this week? Oh, crap. Randy's not here this week. So like it's more about that than it is anything else for me.
All right. Now, probably the easiest one.
Worse.
Is Jalen Tolbert better than Amari Cooper?
Nope.
No. But Broadus really likes him. And that's interesting because Broadus really does like this receiver. I'm very curious on how they're going to use him because one of his best usages is going across the field. And I think that's beneficial with CD if he can, burn across the field too. And Amari Cooper wasn't, I don't think he loved going across the middle. So not that he is better this year, but maybe they find ways to use him. And again, I think the Cowboys had something against Amari.
If I'm hearing you right, Corey, you're saying the Cowboys can be better in 2023 than they might have been in 2021.
Yep.
But 2022 is going to be very tough to be better than what you were in 2021.
They have a lot of work to do.
The talent level is inferior at this moment.
Okay.
Like, that's a fact.
Now the question is, how quick can they get that talent level to start working? Because last year, the talent level they had failed to work at the end of the season. They were good early, and then all of a sudden, the back half of the season came along. You're like, what happened? And why? Why are y'all? So if they can get, Mike, that could be the change. Last 6 games of the season, maybe the Cowboys, these guys they added to it, start to rise to, we learn it. I'm comfortable. Let's go play in the playoffs now. And they're a little bit better. And then we see that progression. But I think earlier on in the season, we're going to be looking at it going, man, why aren't these guys on the field yet? And wanting that to happen a lot quicker. But again, the last half of last year, a lot of guys were missing just in that offense, at least for sure. The defense came alive. That offense looked weird.
It is an interesting dynamic because I also think the Cowboys are better set up for the future, but then they still do things that make me think we have learned nothing along the way. Like the way they are doing the salary cap impact of La'el Collins makes me think, all right, if you're going to take a step back, why not take the entire hit right now and better position yourself for the future? The way they stand up for Ezekiel Elliott and kind of bury Amari Cooper, when that's a simple dollars and cents that you literally cannot cut Ezekiel Elliott right now, perplexes me and makes me wonder what they'll do in the future.
So let me ask you this next question on the offensive line, because I think that obviously the Cowboys felt like that was the biggest need, and that's where they went with pick 24. In 2024, I know this is a very Cole Hamels question.
Okay.
Is Tyron Smith going to be on the Dallas Cowboys in 2024?
I don't think so.
In 2023, will Tyron Smith be on the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
I'll say yes to that.
So he has 2 years left on the team.
That's the last year for me.
Is Biotic going to be better this year than he was last year, or the same?
I don't know. I'm push.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say I think he'll be the same. I'm intrigued because I've now heard multiple people mention the 7th round pick from last year, besides just Steven. Then I was like, okay. And I've heard a couple of other people being like, he looks like he's gotten better. I don't know how much that means.
What's his name, Kevin?
I can't remember.
The other guy.
That's the sad part. I will admit, I can't remember.
Fairnook.
What's his first? Is it Ryan? Yeah.
Don't worry about that, man.
I think it is.
Mike, you're in a groove right now, but this question came in on your Amari question.
Right.
This is from Sherd in SoCal. The question isn't if Tolbert is better than Amari, it's if he's better than Cedric Wilson. Answer's no. Like the answer, like Cedric Wilson was too clutch for you in big situations last year, and he was one of your better 3 receivers last year, but maybe even better 2. So I think that to answer that is the answer is no there, and then CD is your Amari replacement. I don't know if he's better than Amari. I don't know if CD is better than Amari and ready to be that guy yet. What is it that Mickey Spagnola says, Kevin?
We'll find out.
Yeah. So you're in a groove, Mike. Keep going after it.
Well,
what other questions you have?
I just looking at the Cowboys when they make this statement. Every team's better after the draft is over because you've added somewhere between 3 and 10 players to your roster.
Sure.
So the Cowboys do this every year, and we have to buy it because we hope, right? Everybody hopes that your team is, after the draft, your team has gotten so much better that you can win the whole thing. And that's the hope with the Dallas Cowboys. I just find it interesting that they always say, well, we got better after this. Well, yeah, everybody did, unless you traded all your picks for nothing. I mean, everybody, even the Miami Dolphins, who didn't have very many picks, or the LA Rams, who didn't have very many picks. You can say you got better, because you literally didn't lose anybody for the most part on Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And you added players out of college that are prospects. But I worry that I have trouble seeing, I didn't see this team winning 12 games last year, so I was totally wrong on that. I have trouble seeing that this team can accomplish what last year's team accomplished, but maybe I'm off.
I think their talent is worse right now, if it helps. Like, it got better because they drafted, but like, compared to when the season ended, their talent level is worse.
And at the same time, maybe they don't win 12 games. Maybe they win 10, and that's still enough to win the division, and they still get beat in the first round, and they accomplish the same thing that they accomplished in 2021.